Hi brush friends! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be teaching you how to properly add shadows to your lettering. So the materials that I'm going to use are some blank index card. For the brush pens, I'd like to use this Artline Stix Brush markers for this tutorial. And for the shadowing, I have here the Sakura coloring brush markers. I have two shades here, the light warm gray and the light cool gray. But I personally prefer using the light cool gray because it gives me soft effect of shadowing. So let me just show you here the two shades. So if you're interested in buying the same shades for your shadowing, then you can take note the code number or just take note that light warm gray and light cool gray. But of course, you can use any materials that you already have in there. First, let's discuss what is shadowing and why do we add them to our lettering. Let's take a look with these words. So I created them with both style and with the same strokes, but what we can notice is that the first one looks good, but it appears to be plain and simple. And this second example gives us some illusion of 3D effect, and this is because of the shadowing technique that is applied to this word. In other words, shadows enhance our letters. It can make them appear more realistic, just like the real things around us. But of course, it's just a technique. It's just a technique that we add to our letters to make them more appealing. It doesn't mean that if you don't apply shadows to your letters, then it doesn't look good anymore. This plain and simple looks good. It looks nice. But shadowing is a technique that we add to our letters, and it really depends on the style of the artist. It really depends on you if you want to achieve this kind of 3D look and if you want to add this shadowing to your lettering, to your pieces, to your works. So if you want to learn how to add basic shadows to your lettering, then let's proceed with the tutorial. The first step is to define where your light source is. It's important to help you decide where do you want to put your shadows. Okay, there's no right or wrong in choosing the light source that you want, but consistency is the key to achieve the successful 3D effect of shadowing. So the basic rule is that shadow should appear on the opposite side of the light source. For example, I will write the letter A. It's the letter A. And for this example, let's say that I have decided to put my light source on the left side. I'll draw some light rays just to take note that this is where our light source is coming from. But you don't really have to do this. You can just imagine where your light source is. And as I have said earlier, shadow should be opposite the light source. So if your light source is on the left side, then your shadows should be on the right side. Okay, you can see here in my hand. So my light source is in my left side and all the shadows are on the right side. Okay, so what do I mean with the right or left side of the letters? Let's break down this letter A. As we know that the letter A is a combination of oval, So our letter A is a combination of oval and underturned stroke. But the tail is just half. So let's take a look at this oval. You can see that this part of the letter is your thick stroke and this is your thin stroke. And if you divide this stroke, you'll notice that this is your left side and this is your right side. Okay, this one and this one. And for the other side, you also have your left and right side. So this is your right side and this one is your left side. Same goes with the underturned stroke. This side and this side. This is the left and this is the right. But how about this small strokes or the thin strokes? Of course, we should not forget to put shadows also on these small details in our letters. So if your light source is from the left, it appears to be from above. So your shadow should be at the bottom. So for this small stroke here, this is your above and this is your bottom side. And same goes here. Okay, just extend. This is your bottom side and this is your above or upper side. Okay, so now let's put all those technicalities in action. Okay, for this tutorial, I like to use my light source on the left side, so my shadows will be on the right side. I'll just letter the word shadows. You can use any color or marker that you want. So observe your lettering, observe your strokes. As we have said earlier, each stroke has a left side and right side. So just imagine that my shadow will be on this left side. Left side. It should be light source. Okay. Light source. Just X. Okay. For beginners, I like to suggest that you use first pencil to mark where you will put your shadows. So this is my left side, this is my right side, so I'll put my shadow here. Can you see the pencil? Too much brightness. Okay. It takes some kind of analyzation and familiarization. Let me just do it step by step for you. So this is my left side, this is my right side. I'll put my shadow here. Left side, right side. So I'll put my shadow here. Left side, right side. And of course, don't forget these small details, these thin strokes. This is my light source. So my shadow will be at the bottom. Same here. Left, right. Left, right. And just the same with all the letters. Okay, left, right. Can you see the effect of the pencil? It really looks good. Left, right. Left, right. So these are the places or the areas that beginners in shadowing often forget. So take note of those little details. Once you're familiar, it will be easier for you. So just be patient and use first pencil. You don't want to ruin your work with inconsistent shadowing. And so left, right. Put your shadow here. Left, right. Put your shadow here. And there. Look at the nice effect that this pencil has done. I like it. Once you get used to your light source and where to place your shadows, then you can already skip marking pencil first to your lettering. And if you're confident enough, then you can just skip this step. It's not really necessary, but it's what I advise to beginners. So now we're already done with the pencil marking, and we also have checked that all our shadows are placed correctly and consistently. We can now proceed with applying gray brush markers to this lettering. You can use any gray brush markers that you like. Don't make the materials limit you from being creative. Here, it's not necessary to apply the thin and thick strokes rule when you first letter this word. When I am shadowing, I'd like to just do it as it is. No rules. Just being mindful of the place of my shadows. This is the finished lettering with the 3D effect made possible because of shadowing technique. If you like, you can erase those pencil marks. Just make sure that the ink of the brush markers that you use is already dry, or you can left it as it is. It looks beautiful at all. You can also use other colors if you don't have gray brush marker, or if you just feel like playing around with your lettering piece. So I'll show you that kind of shadowing effect that is not using gray color for the shadows. So let me write the word hey. for the shadow, I'll be using the color yellow because red and yellow is a good combination. I think I should do here light source from the right, so you will have an idea on how to do it also. Okay, I don't usually do this right side as my light source, so I'll show you how I do it. Can you see that? Light source on the left, shadows on the right. So this is true. This is my left side and this is my right side. So I'll put my shadow here. Right side, left side. The shadow should be here. Left side, right side. Put your shadow here. Right side, left side. Put your shadow here. The technique that I use here is that I will rotate my paper. So this way, it appears to be like my light source is on the left side. So it will just be easier for me because I can imagine that my shadows should be on the right side. Now we put our yellow marker to create the 3D effect. So just following these pencil marks that we have done, I think I'd like really to rotate my paper. I'll show you also how to apply shadows when your paper is rotated like this. Okay, so just like this. Being mindful of where your light source is really important. So go slow, don't rush. You can go slow if you don't have work. Like me, I'm filming this before my work, before going to work. Okay. And then, let's rotate again. So, here's the finished piece, where our light source is on the left side. It's beautiful, right? And of course, you can always erase the pencil marks if you don't feel like it, but make sure that the ink has already dried. Okay, so I hope this video helps you with enhancing your lettering with the basic shadowing technique. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will be really happy to reply to you. And if you learned from this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe for more tutorials. I hope you enjoy and I'm so excited to see your works. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram at 7brushstrokes. I'd like to see your works. I really appreciate everyone who tags me on their work and telling me that they have learned so much from my tutorials. It's really the reward of these videos that I am making. Okay, so thanks for watching everyone. See you in my next videos. Bye!